Well, hello guys, this is Angel with you, and today in this video I will be telling you guys on how to broadcast or on how to stream onto a new platform called Kamcord. Kamcord is a new mobile game streaming platform and seems quite promising. In this video specifically, I will be dealing with an Elgato capture card and OBS for Windows. I personally am using Windows 10 and an Elgato Capture HD, not the HD60 but just the HD. And I'll also be telling you guys the optimum settings that you can put for the capture card and OBS to stream onto this platform. There are other methods besides using a capture card, but like airplaying the device onto the PC, but in this video I will be specifically dealing with streaming onto Kamcord with a capture card. So first step, I will deal with the hardware requirements and then I will go on to the software requirements. So let's go. So first step, we'll deal with the hardware that you require for streaming onto Kamcord. What we'll be dealing with is a game capture card, which is, well, in my case, from Elgato. A Lightning digital AV adapter and an HDMI cable. So as you can see, the Elgato game capture card, it costs around $149 or $150 if you round it off on the official website. I'll give the links below to this device in the description below. So there's another version of this card which is an HD60, but you don't really require that. This one is good enough. So the next thing up is the Lightning digital AV adapter from Apple. This thing costs around $49. This end is the Lightning cable end, which goes into your phone or iPad, and the other end is where the HDMI cable goes into. What you see on the right hand side, the smaller port, is a port for a Lightning cable to enter. This is in case if you want to charge the device, the iPhone or iPad, while you're using this adapter, because the HDMI cable cannot charge your phone or adapter. So if the battery is low or such, or you want to keep it on charge, you put the Lightning cable into that port. The third thing that you will need is an HDMI cable. You can get this in any electronics store. Both the ends are similar. It's the HDMI in, HDMI out. This HDMI cable goes into the Elgato HDMI in port, as you can see, and not the out. It goes into the HDMI in, and the other end goes into the Lightning HDMI port, the Lightning adapter. With the Elgato capture card, you will receive this wire, this cable, which is I'm assuming a micro USB or mini USB, whatever it is. This port goes into the capture card where it says USB. It goes in there like this, and the other end, you will see this USB goes into your PC or your laptop, whatever it may be. The second USB port that you see is used for in cases where you're using a USB hub, and in the USB hub, how it works is that you put one end that goes into your USB port of your PC or laptop, but there's a power distribution that happens upon the USB hub, so not the maximum output from that plug point of your laptop or PC is given through to all the ports on your USB hub. So you plug in this second USB point into the USB hub in cases where your capture card cannot draw enough power from one port. You plug in the second. So if you're using a USB hub, plug in the second. USB port, and usually if you're just plugging it directly into your laptop or PC, you wouldn't really require the second USB hub to be plugged in. So that's it for the hardware that you require. That's the first, the capture card, the Lightning digital AV adapter, and third, the HDMI cable. Once you have set this all up and connected to your iPad and PCs, you are done. Well, hello, now we are at the software requirement part of this streaming tutorial on Kamcord. I'm sorry if my voice quality has drastically changed. It's because I have shifted onto this microphone on my laptop. Before I was recording from my iPad. So the first thing you will need is the software for your capture card. In this case, we are streaming from an Elgato capture card, so you will have to go to the Elgato website and download the latest version of the software for this capture card. I will give all relevant links in the description below, so you don't have to worry. Second thing you will require is the Open Broadcaster software. You will find this on the obsproject.com, and I will be dealing with the OBS 0.655 beta version and not the multi-platform version. This version is specifically for Windows. Even though this version, the multi-platform version, works on Windows and OS X, I will just be dealing with this version. So, as I said, the second thing you will require to download is this OBS software. So, up next we will deal with the settings that are required for the capture card and the OBS software. So here we are now dealing with the settings that you need to consider in streaming on Kamcord. Now the next thing that I'm going to mention is specifically for people owning laptops that have dual GPUs. That means two graphic cards. One's usually the integrated and the second one is a dedicated graphic card. If you do not have dual graphic cards, or if you're using PC instead of a laptop, you can just skip directly to the Elgato settings and the OBS settings. So what you need to do if you're having dual graphic cards is you need to go to the NVIDIA control panel, or you could just search for it over here and go to the NVIDIA control panel. Once you go in there, you need to go to the manage 3D settings and then go to the program settings over here and select the game capture software. If you do not see it, add it, browse and add it. Okay, add it to the list of softwares mentioned in here if you do not see it. As for now, I can see it. I select it, and then the second point that says select preferred graphic processor, I select the high performance NVIDIA processor and not the integrated. Okay, I have to make sure I do that. Same goes for the OBS. You select it and you make it the high performance NVIDIA processor and then click apply. Okay, so that was it for the graphic processor settings. Close this. Up next, I will show you how to configure the game capture Elgato software. So once you have downloaded the game capture Elgato software, this is how it's going to look. Okay, and on the right hand side you shall see this. Follow my cursor, game capture HD, and you should see this hammer and spanner icon. Click it and this is what's gonna pop up. As you can see, I don't know by default what it's set to, but this is what it's supposed to be set to now. It should be set to iPad, and if you're streaming from an iPhone, select iPhone. So right now I'm gonna do it for an iPad. Video input will be HDMI, audio input will be HDMI. You can set the color range to standard profile. You can either select 720 or 1080p. I would prefer 720 because that is easier for people watching to I don't know how to explain it actually. Go for 720. It's better. It will stream at a better pace onto Kamcord. It won't require much resources and so forth. It doesn't really make much of a difference. And allow 60 FPS. Now you don't really need that. Quality, set it to best, and stretch standard definition input. Yep, as you can see, as it defines, you select this box if when you see the video and it appears distorted or blurry, you click this and you should sort that blurriness out. Picture, just leave it as it is, or if you want to set, if you see the colors are a bit off, you can mess around the settings over here. Audio, leave it as it is. Profiles, leave it. Advanced, leave it, and that's okay. That's it for your game capture HD. You can just close this. It's done for now. Next up will be the OBS settings. So one thing to keep in mind is that the capture card does not work with the OBS 64-bit. When you install the OBS software, there will be a 64-bit version which will be under this folder, program files, OBS, and there will be a 32-bit version which is under program files, x86. This is basically the 32-bit Windows files are in here. You'll have to go into this x86 and then go to OBS, and this obs.exe is your 32-bit version. You can right click it and create a shortcut that you can send it on your desktop. Since I've already done that, it's already on my desktop. I go ahead and open it, and this is how it should look. Okay. So I had to stop this previous recording because it's a bit tricky to record record OBS itself. As you can see, it's in an infinite loop of recording itself. But let's get to the point. What you need to do is go to the settings of OBS. Click top left, it's settings. You go there and this is what you're gonna see. Okay. I hope everything is clear. General, you can leave it as it is. Encoding, in encoding, x26, x264, UCBR, yes. Enable, yes. Max bitrate. Now this is something you need to consider after checking your internet connection speed. That is, you could go to speedtest.net and check your connection speed and check your upload speed. If your upload speed is anywhere below 3 Mbps, consider a bitrate of 1000. If it's below 4 MB or 3 MB, you can consider putting in 1500 or even higher, up to 2K. This is what decides the quality of your stream, but on the other hand, it also puts a lot of stress on your laptop or PC itself. Increasing it takes a lot of resources from your PC/laptop, and also requires a higher upload speed from your internet connection. Everything else, codec bitrate for audio encoding, can be left as it is. As you can see, it is. If it's not like this, change it to this 1 to 28 format, 48 kilohertz, channel stereo. Next, broadcast settings. In broadcast settings, mode will be live stream, streaming service will be custom. Okay. FMS URL will be this. I think it's default for everyone, but at the end of this video I will show you guys how to get this FMS URL from Kamcord and your stream key, which is unique to every streamer. Auto reconnect, yes, tick mark that. Auto reconnect timeout will remain at 10. So if something is not similar in your settings to mine, just change it. Delay seconds can be 0. Minimize, do not tick that. Automatically save stream, do not tick that. Keep recording, don't need that. Next, video. Video, as you can see, it should be set to your dedicated graphic card. Since I'm running a laptop, I have dual GPUs. It gives me an option of the integrated and the dedicated. Switch it to the dedicated graphic card, please. Base resolution is the resolution of your screen or your laptop or your PC monitor. And you can set this. This is actually what even changes the aspect ratio that is being streamed onto Kamcord. You can fiddle around with this and see what best suits you, but for me this is what has best suited me until now. So 1:80720, and the aspect ratio is 16:9. Resolution downscale, you can leave it to what it is. Least you can reduce it to is, say, 1024. But if you do downscale it, remember this is gonna cause extra stress on your PC laptop. So if you don't run like an i7 or i5, just let it be. Don't make it work too much. FPS can remain at 30. Since we deal with games on mobile devices, we usually do not require 60 FPS because until now I don't think there are many games that actually, run that fast at 60 frames per second. 30 frames per second is good enough. Audio, leave it at default. This will be basically, it will pick up the default voice sounds from your laptop or PC, and your microphone, leave it at default unless you want it specifically to send audio to a device that is connected, or you want to pick up voice from a specific device that is connected to your PC/laptop, then select one of these. Otherwise, just leave it at default. Hotkeys, leave it alone. Advanced, this is where you have to change certain things too. General, use multi-thread, keep that ticked. Process priority class, normal. Scene buffering time, 400. Disable, nah, don't tick that. Allow other modifiers on hotkeys, keep that ticked. Video, X264 CPU preset, set it to ultra fast encoding main. Keyframe intervals, keep it to 2 seconds. Use CFR, yes. Custom X264 encoder settings, yes. Take that and put in this key int equal to 60. This is something given from Kamcord. So do that. Encode in full range, yes, take that. Allow, you don't need this, don't take that. All the followings, you don't need to tick them. You can leave them unticked. Next, quick sync encoder, leave it as it is. Browser, leave it. Microphone noise gate, leave it. If you know what this is, you can fiddle around with it, but you can just leave it. Scene switcher, leave it. And that is all for OBS settings. Next, what you gotta do in OBS is add. So what you want to do next is basically get the screen, capture the screen of your iPad on your OBS. For that, what you'll need to do is add a scene. Okay, you need to add a scene in your scenes. Add a scene, name it whatever you want, and after you add a scene, like I've added a scene here called scene, and you will have sources. As of now, what you can see is monitor capture because I need to capture this screen, but ignore what is here. This won't be there for you. If you add a new scene, it will be empty. Okay, these two things won't be there. What you need to add is right click, select add, and you need to add video capture device. Okay, click that, name it whatever you want. For our case, let's name it Elgato Capture because that's the device we are using to capture. Click OK, and this is what's gonna pop up. In devices, you'll have your USB camera if you have one, which is your webcam, and your Elgato capture device. You select the Elgato capture device, click configure. This is what should pop up. And in here, of course, you select the input device. In our case, we have an iPad, so we select iPad. Input should be HDMI. Color range, select a standard. Profile can be 1080 or 720. I've gone for 1080. Allow 60 FPS. Doesn't really make much of a difference, but you could keep it ticked or not. And of course, stretch standard definition input. This helps out solve blurry problems, and then you can click done. Once that's done and configure, you can click custom resolution and go for 1280 or 1920. I will go for 1280. And FPS can be 30 or 60, whatever. It doesn't really make a difference when you're streaming from an iPhone or an iPad. Everything else, keep it as it is, and you can click OK. Once you've done that, you shall see this one ticked, and you shall see the Elgato, the iPad screen on your OBS. And then you can click start streaming. You can click start streaming once you have put the stream key and stream URL in your settings. I will show that in the end of the video. So in this part of the video, I'm gonna show you guys how to get hold of the stream key and the stream URL. What you have to do is go to kamcord.com and log in, and this should be the front page that should pop up after logging in. What you have to do is click this blue cloud icon with the up arrow, click it, and then you should see go live upload. Press go live, and the next thing that should pop up is this. You press setup and go live, and here you go. You should have the stream URL over here and the stream key. The stream key is unique to each streamer, so make sure that this does not get in hand of someone you don't want streaming on your profile. After you have done this, after you have put this in your OBS stream key and the stream URL in the OBS settings, and then when you have clicked start streaming on the OBS, this region should go like this. This should it should change to finish setup once you have pressed start streaming on the OBS. And when you click finish setup, this should pop up next. Okay, this dashboard should come up next. You have to put in a title. This is necessary. You have to put in a title, and it should come like a tick mark and the game name, and then it says it's ready, and then you can click go live. Before this, even though you have clicked start streaming on your OBS, it's not actually broadcasting on Kamcord. You have to put in a title, and it should show, and a game, and it should show it's ready, and you have to click go live. After you have clicked go live, that's when it starts broadcasting. That's all for this, guys. I tried to make it as brief as possible. If you guys have any questions and so on, just ask me in the comments below. This is not the most it's not the perfect setting for Kamcord, but as of now it's the best possible setting for your Kamcords. What all I have shown, I'm running Windows 10 and OBS 0.655 beta. So as for now, these are the settings that best work with it. If you guys have any suggestions for a better setting or so on, just comment below and we'll go ahead and make a new video probably. So that's all for now. Ciao guys, Angel is out.